And we welcome you to race day 16 live from Lewis Downs in beautiful Gainesville, Florida for our penultimate, well, not penultimate, next to penultimate race day. Um, we've got 9 races on tap and conditions are perfect here on race day. And before we get out to the races, let's send it to Chris Lewis for a preview of today's action. Chris?
Thanks, Jimmy. All right. Okay, yeah, first let's do a race day 15 recap. All right, Nate had a phenomenal week, which maybe we're used to saying, but we're really getting down to the end here. And he's trying to, get a real stranglehold on first place. So in day 15, Nate had 3 wins, and Andrew took the day off. So he grew his lead over 150 grand, so that it's just about now $500,000. Yeah, another note was, Jimmy, I don't know if you realize this, you extended your consecutive race day win streak to 6 days.
I
And
did not, but that's ridiculous.
how about that? And 5 was already a record held by you alone. And no one else has even ever done 4 in a row. 3 has only been done 3 times. Nate twice, and Casey did it once. But yeah, so your 6 race day win streak is really unprecedented. So congrats on that, and certainly to Nate for growing his lead. All right, before we look at the standings, I did want to note, I think there's still enough money available for real big moves in the standings. The Breeders' Cup meet and the Breeders' Cup Classic in particular loom large on day 18. But here's the standings as they are now. As I noted, Nate's got the lead over Andrew, almost $500,000 now. Jesse actually grew her lead on Johnny a little bit for third, and that's primarily because Johnny made a couple claims, and Jimmy's grown his lead over sixth Christian now, and then you can see how it rounds out after that. Okay, I wanted to preview 3 races from race day 16 as part of the pregame show. So first is race number 4. And look what you guys did. This hasn't happened in the history of HRFL. We've had races with 20 horses before. We've had races with 20 unowned horses, but we've never had a race of 20 horses and all of them are owned. So you guys loaded this race up and it's awesome. It may be the coolest race ever. 20 horses all owned. And what's also cool is you guys did not submit 21 or 22 horses. You did exactly 20. So we didn't need to do any acrobatics to make horses fit
Whoa.
or keep anyone out. Almost the entire field is F grade horses too. So, anything can happen. I did want to highlight 2 horses in particular, merit highlighting. And that is out of the 1 post position, Frush, owned by Nate, has 2 wins in his career and 4 top 3 finishes out of 5 career entries. So it has really, really shown out. And the other one is out of the 15 post position, and that's Johnny's Moving Picture Show, who also is the other horse in the field with 2 career wins and also has 4 top 3 finishes out of 5 starts. But it was actually 2 seconds and no thirds, so even better than Frush's career so far. But the 2 of them are certainly the high earners in terms of career prize money, and are a couple of horses to watch. But anything can happen in a field like this. I'm just excited. 20 owned horses all in the race. All right. I also said race number 7. Okay, yeah. This is a claiming race. The horses are available for 40 grand. The reason I wanted to highlight this is because we've got F grade horses and E grade horses and even a D grade horse available for 40 grand. Now, that's Johnny's horse out of the number 10 position, Tacticulator. So Tacticulator is a 7-year-old, so his racing career is nearing an end. But still, for just $40,000, he's certainly a horse that could compete on the Breeders' Cup Day. And as a male horse, it's maybe one that you would breed with, and maybe other owners would pay you to breed with in the off season. So it's interesting, how do people value a D grade horse, but that is a 7-year-old, and he is the favorite in race number 7 anyway. Jimmy, I think race number 7 also had your dark horse. Was that right?
Indeed. My dark horse this week, I'm feeling this one. I felt all the other ones too, but hopefully this one's the one.
I'm cheering
going
for
with. Thanks, man. I don't think anybody else will, because it is a free agent horse. It is Runs with Hooves. But good horse for this race. Not too much fatigue. Ideal furlongs, and also good on the dirt. A youngin, a filly. But think they're ready. 5th place last week in the 3rd race. And yeah, so I'm going with Runs with Hooves to show. Runs with Hooves to show.
All right, we'll see if we can get that one in the correct dark horse column. All right, one other race I wanted to highlight, and that is race number 9. 14 horses, but it's freaking stacked. We have Beach Carrot versus Portugal the Fast versus Sounds of the Void. Those are all A grade horses. And it's fun because, for a while, Beach Carrot, as a 3-year-old, didn't race against the other A grade horses so much. It was like the 4 and up was one generation, the 3-year-olds was another generation. Now we also have 2-year-olds, but this is 3 generations, right? We got a 4 and up in Portugal the Fast, the only horse ever with 4 wins. And then we got Beach Carrot, the 3-year-old A grade horse, and Sounds of the Void, the 2-year-old A grade horse. Portugal the Fast is the career win leader with 4 already by herself, is going for a 5th career win. And if Beach Carrot wins, she'll pass Lemke for the most career prize money. She won the Preakness. That was the only stakes race she's won so far, but she's never finished outside of the top 2 in 7 career races. So yeah, a win would do it. And of course, a win for Portugal the Fast and Andrew, could be meaningful for the standings. All right, I was able to catch up with Christian earlier this week. He wasn't able to join us live, but I got to ask him a couple questions. First, I asked, Christian, you got your first stakes win a few weeks back. It was She Rode Sassy in a turf championship. Can you describe the spark She Rode Sassy in that race have given your stable?
Yeah, She Rode Sassy winning my stable's first stakes race has really put some wind into the sails for the team. She was the first horse I claimed in the draft. I always knew she'd have her moment of greatness.
And I thought that was super interesting, Jimmy. I didn't realize that She Rode Sassy's was Christian's first draft pick, but she was, and so
that's sweet.
Yeah, that's cool that she got him his first stakes win. I then asked, I noted that, Christian, you've told me this is your first time playing any kind of fantasy sport, but your stable has already really been able to compete. To what do you credit that pretty immediate relative success?
I think I've been successful at times this season. I will chalk it up to just how engaging this game is. It's a great mix of strategy and luck with a lot of different ways to play. Learning how the horses work on paper and seeing what happens on race day has been really interesting. Good people too. That definitely helps me get into the spirit.
Yeah, and
nice.
I want to thank.
Good question, Chris.
Yeah, I want to thank Christian for his time and for his kind words there too. Before we move off of Christian, I had another note. This is just my analysis. I feel like Christian had the most fascinating 2-year-old draft, and he did have the auto draft thing kind of going because he couldn't come live, but he had to fill out a pretty extensive spreadsheet to tell me what it was that he wanted. And he had to put max bids on all the horses that he might be interested in. But the result was I certainly don't think he had an advantage because he had no way to adjust his strategy as things went on. And he wanted a couple of the A grade horses for sure, but he got priced out. But so what the result was he ended up climbing in the standings quite a bit, but still got 2 C grade horses. So just a fascinating draft, and he's
Nice.
now still in the money in 6th. All right, so one more look at the standings before we go to race number 1. All right, Jimmy, that's it for the pregame show.
All right. Thanks a lot, Chris. Let's get ready to head out for the track for race number 1 here. Lewis Downs, Chris Lewis's Google Sheets based horse race simulation dynasty fantasy league. Just got to make sure we get that mention in there. And of course, I'm your stride by stride guide for today's races. Let's check out race number 1. And
Yeah,
see
Jimmy,
here.
you wanted to mention one of the horses. Let me do one real quick because
Yeah, go for it.
I think there's a favorite, and that it's Casey's Ronnie and the Law. Has the most career prize money in the field, despite having only raced 3 times. Is an I grade horse, which is the best grade that's participating here. And Ronnie and the Law has never finished outside the top 3. Just Casey's been delicate with putting her in races, but when she is in races, she shows up. But there was a horse that you had
Indeed.
a note for too, Jimmy.
Yes. And yeah, like you mentioned, Casey's been a little what was the word? I would say stingy. You used a nicer word than that.
I
But
picked up.
yeah, running a lot, racing on day 1 and then not racing again until day 10, and then winning on day 10 and getting second on day 12. This is this was a candidate for the dark horse. I'm rooting for him anyway. Kind of a sentimental favorite in the 3 spot. Let's not say we did. It's kind of like they've not really raced, and we were saying that they did because the races they've been in, he's either been last or second to last. So it's been a tough go of it. 6 races, and like I said, 4 last place finishes, 2 second to last. So so still a little bit of 3,800 career prize winnings, but a nice distance for him. And yeah, we'll see if he can get up there. But those, it's tough in any race for those K grade horses,
Sure.
no doubt.
All right, well, let's go to the track then.
All
Good
right.
Jimmy.
And yeah, sentimental favorite there. I've also got 3 horses of my own, so we don't need, necessarily him to win, but put up a good show there. Let's not say we did. So yeah, let's head out to the turf here. We've got a short one. Like we said, just 6.5 furlongs in our first race of the day, and they're off. We've got Calamity and Preeminence out early, followed by Eye Candy, Ronnie and the Law up there. The favorite trying to inch up. It's now falling back. Preeminence a big lead, though, as we head toward the halfway point. Calamity catching up, and it's Preeminence by half a length as we come around the turn. Digital Clutter, Ronnie and the Law gaining ground. Digital Clutter now up into second. Preeminence trying to hold off. As we come around the last turn, it's Preeminence keeping the lead a half length over the field. Digital Clutter, Calamity, Ronnie and the Law, both spick and span. Body Surfer making a charge, and Ronnie and the Law and Body Surfer making a late charge. Body Surfer taking the lead at the end, and it's Body Surfer with the win. Ronnie and the Law to place. Preeminence with the show, followed by both spick and span. Eye Candy, let's not say we did, making a good showing up in 6th. Junior Bacon in 7th, followed by Digital Calamity, Ichigo, and Yankee Clipper. Congrats to me and Body Surfer. That's 7 days in a row, I believe, Chris.
Yes, Jimmy, 7 in a row. And actually, thanks for reminding me. I wanted to show you that I got a new tab on the league pages. Congrats to you. The wins per race day tab, which is of course not updated yet, but we'll have at least a 1 there for you.
Nice.
And color coded. You also had the most wins in 1 day. But yeah, check that out if you're interested.
Very nice addition there to the homepage. And,
Thanks.
hey, let's not say we did, making it up into 6th.
Yeah,
Good
taking
showing
home a
for a
little
K
bit.
horse. All right, let's head to race number 2. And this
I
one
had
over
a
on the dirt. Go ahead.
I had just one note for this one, and that was that Bite Size was claimed uh, in on the last race day by Johnny for 12,500. Um, but Zach had also put a claim in on Bite Size. It just happened to go to Johnny. It's only $2,500 more now. We'll see if Zach's still interested. Anybody stick out to you, Jimmy?
Well, we do got 2 F grade horses, Deep Blue Sea and Indigo Esperanza. Probably your favorite. And then although Laos has done well, 3 places, not yet a win, but yeah, the only other unknown horse besides Bite Size, Johnny trying to flip Bite Size pretty quick here. We'll see
Yeah.
if there are any takers after the race, but rest of it just free agents here. And yeah, we'll see how it goes.
We should maybe note 7 debuts here. These are the last 7 unowned 2-year-olds to make their debuts.
Indeed, great note there. All right, let's head out to the dirt at Lewis Downs, and they're off. Laos, Indigo Esperanza, Seize the Means, and Joyous Reunion out early. Joyous Reunion and Indigo Esperanza fighting for the lead. Seize the Means not far behind. Joyous Reunion taking the lead past the halfway point. The unknown horses owning it so far. And Joyous Reunion keeping the lead. Seize the Means not far behind. Laos now gaining. It's Joyous Reunion as we come down the stretch. Big lead as we come down to the finish. Indigo Esperanza Seize the Means. Close late though. And Joyous Reunion ends up in 3rd as Indigo Esperanza takes the win at the line. Seize the Means in 2nd. As we said, Joyous Reunion in 3rd, followed by Laos, Deep Blue Sea, Hit by a Train, Bite Size, Earthling, Zoom Legionnaire, and Det Cetera rounding out the field. Congrats to Indigo Esperanza. Was that maybe one of the horses that got claimed, Chris?
Well, I'll tell you. So first, Laos was claimed by Johnny. So going from Brett's stable to Johnny's stable. And there was one other claim, and that was Indigo Esperanza by Kaylin.
Oh, Kaylin claiming the winner.
Yeah, she's pumped that she's here. She looks pumped.
Nice. All right.
All right. All right, let's look
Entertaining
at,
claiming race there. Yeah, the lead changing really fast. They're right at the line.
yeah, some good closers.
All right, let's head to race number 3. Back to an allowance race. Almost a full field here. 18 horses. And any standouts for you there, Chris?
Well, I guess we should note the two-time winners, which is Nowadays owned by Brett and Winter Wonderland owned by Nate. Winter Wonderland is also an F grade horse. So as is tradition, we'll go ahead and note that Nate's got one of the favorites. And actually, though, when he doesn't have a favorite, he tends to perform well. Anybody stick out to you, Jimmy?
I think it's going to be a close one. We got F's and G's. I mean, there's some H's there too, but no, I think this is going to be a close one.
All right, I'm excited.
All right. I will say Brett's 2 horses stand out only for the fact that they are 2 of the most tired horses I've ever seen. Maybe the 2 most tired horses I've seen this year, with fatigue ratings over 30. So, yeah, let's head out to the dirt.
We'll see what kind of impact that makes.
Indeed. All
right.
right. Big field here. 18 horses, as we said. And they're off. Winter Wonderland, Construction Law out early. Qualis to Nombre now up in the 2nd. Come Quad Aficionado. Anado. I Never Lechuga. Criminy Sakes. Gladiator's Best. Now pulling up into the lead. Gladiator's Best as we reach the halfway point. Winter Wonderland. Robotron Ride 3000. Banjo. Moratorium. All keeping pace. It's a close one as we come down the stretch. We've got 7 or 8 horses. Gladiator's Best trying to pull away from the field, though. Criminy Sakes, Kumquat Aficionado, I Never Lechuga gaining ground. Winter Wonderland jumping up into the lead. Criminy Sakes takes it back, and it's going to be at the line. Criminy Sakes for the win. Casey with the victory. And Zach getting second and third with I Never Lechuga and Gladiator's Best. Winter Wonderland in fourth. So Nate's horse there in fourth. Robotron Ride, the free agent, in fifth. Nerd Alert, my boy, in sixth. Followed by Quellis Tu Nombre, Gluten Intolerance, Tip-a-Poo's Nose, that's the worst one. Superfluous Pizzazz, Moratorium, Banjo, Kumquat Aficionado, Construction, All Let's Play 2, Never Ending Move Nowadays, and the Empress.
Congrats to Casey and Jimmy. Good job, man. There's a couple tongue twisters in that race. And how about,
Indeed.
Kaylin likes the weird name. She owns Superfluous Pizzazz and Kumquat Aficionado.
Indeed. Now she knows
Yeah.
what she's doing. She wants the challenges. Her.
All right, yeah. Congrats to Casey again.
Nice. Yeah, exciting race there.
Yeah,
Lots of movement there at the top.
yeah. All right, here's our field of 20 owned horses for the first time.
There we go. If 18 wasn't enough, let's
let's
get 20 going here. And
all right. Yeah, I highlighted a couple in the pregame shows as favorites. That was Fruition Moving Picture Show.
Right. But this one, yeah, this field's even closer. Just one H grade. All the rest F and G's.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that's all I got. Nate's got Frush. So see what happens.
And
Andrew's got
Andrew's
got 5 horses in this one. And we'll see. Did is that right? We've got it is. Oh, okay. I was gonna say I thought maybe it wasn't a male only horse and race and we got all males, but no. Males only. Come on, Jimmy.
No, hey, that's all right.
All right, 7.5 furlongs here on the dirt. Let's head back out there for the big 20 horse field, and they're off. Czar of Cyan, the Boogeyman, Freudian Slip, Gadsden Tide, Wilhelm Scream jumping out early. The Boogeyman trying to pull away, but it is still early. Second gen Stacker up into second now. Ichabod followed by Comrade. Wilhelm Scream still up there. Frush back up in the fourth. Second gen Stacker taking the lead and charging hard. Frush trying to get up there, but it's a tight race. The Boogeyman, the Dude Abides, Ichabod making a charge. Second gen Stacker trying to hold him off. Ichabod now takes the lead. It's Ichabod and second gen Stacker as we come down the stretch. The Boogeyman, Dude Abides, and Comrade closing hard. It's going to be a photo finish. Comrade takes the lead, but it's Wilhelm Scream late. Oh, I wish we had the sound effect. Wilhelm Scream with the win for Andrew. Something like that, alligator scream. Man being eaten by alligator, I believe, is the official one. But anyway, congrats to Wilhelm Scream and Andrew. Comrade there in second. The Boogeyman for Andrew in third. And we used to stomp in fifth for Andrew as well. Second gen Stacker in fourth. Ichabod in sixth, followed by Freudian Slip, the Dude Abides, Open Borders, Frush, $5 footlong, Hippie DNA, Czar of Cyan, Chocolate Mercury, Gadsden Tide, Prospectus, Boom Shakalaka, and Sistronaut. Damn, boys. And Evergreen Terrace. Moving Picture Show, though, I'm sad to say did not finish. Chris, is that our second injured horse of the season?
Yes, and so let's address that first. We have a lot to talk about with this race, but yeah, I totally jinxed it because I put those injury statistics in the Slack a week and a half ago or so.
Indeed.
And so, yeah, I totally jinxed it. But we were over 6 times. We had over 6 times fewer injuries than would be expected to this point. All right. So as a reminder, there are 3 different injury severities. The most severe is what happened to Hansel, which is a career-ending injury. Then next is a season-ending injury, and that's what's happened to Moving Picture Show. So he'll be back in 2025, but his season's done, and you won't see him on Breeders' Cup Day. I did want to mention one more time that he's got 2 wins and 2 second-place finishes, so his inaugural season was quite a success, but you sure hate to see this. This is a sad result.
Indeed. If
And
there
then,
is any silver lining, like we said, it is late in the season. So
yeah,
said we'll have
yeah.
a nice off season to rest up and be ready for season number 2.
And then, the least severe kind of injury is double race fatigue, where you're available even just the next week, but the fatigue is double. All right. So sorry about that, Johnny, but congrats to Andrew. And Andrew signed in. We'll get a comment from him if he's available. But also, how about this heartbreak for Charlie? So close at the end, had the lead.
Right?
Very close.
Yeah. Well, Charlie, he's knocking on the door though. Andrew, you available for comment? Congrats.
I am, yeah. This was the race was other than the featured race of the day was the one I was looking most forward to.
You had it circled on your program.
I did, and believe it or not, I'm a little disappointed, even with the top, with the 3 top 5s. I was hoping Czar of Cyan would show up a little bit better, but I can't be that disappointed, obviously, with the win. So always room for improvement, and there's always next week.
Sure. All right. Thanks, Andrew. And of course, let's keep the big picture in mind. That helps Andrew gain a little bit on Nate.
Indeed, it did.
All right, race number 5.
If I remember right, Czar of Cyan did have a nice start to that race, but
Yeah.
couldn't hold
Came out-
off
came out
the huge field of 20 there.
And you know, it kills me that Czar of Cyan isn't in Casey's stable, since Casey is the Cyan stable, but I'll keep it straight.
It's okay. It's gonna be all right.
All right, Jimmy, what do you think about race 5?
All right, race number 5. Let's check it out here. Take a look. Three of my boys in there, all E grade, so you know it's going to be a tight one. And big field of 17. Macy with 3 horses in there, and Andrew's got a couple as well. Yeah, hard to pick a favorite. Couple former winners though. Too Good for You, Gator Night, and Trivia Night. Couple of nights there.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that's all I got there.
Okay. I just think it looks really even on paper. It's exciting. 17 horses should have a good one. All right.
Indeed. Let's go out to the turf for this one. 8 furlongs, $65,000 purse, and they're off. Eve out to the early lead. Whoville not far behind. In and Outlaw. Rusty's Revenge takes the lead now. Jeff up in second. El Brainiac checks in the mail. Close one here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 horses. All close to the lead. El Brainiac, Jeff, In and Outlaw trying to pull away now as we hit the halfway point, but the field's not letting them. In and Outlaw taking the lead. Try again. Charging. El Brainiac in second. In and Outlaw with a half-length lead over the field. Trivia Night now catching him. And it's Trivia Night taking the lead. Trivia Night pulling away. Full-length lead. Stretching it to 2. And leaving the field behind. Trivia Night for the win. Walt and Charlie getting the victory.
Woo!
And just smoking the field there. Got a woo in there before the second horse even crossed the line. Checks in the mail for Johnny in second. In and Outlaw in third. Too Good for You fourth. Jeff, my dad's namesake there, and my horse in fifth. Even sixth, followed by El Brainiac. Gator Night. Try again. Bad communicator with the bad image hosting service. Hoop-de-doo review. Whoville, ABC order. Rusty's Revenge. Cabra Khan. Not familiar there towards the end for Cabra Khan. Pro Skater and getting out of hand. The trailer. Congrats again, Charlie. Trivia
Nice.
Charlie. Hey, Trivia Night, maybe hopefully help make up for the last race. I think he was mad because of how close the last race was.
That's right. He felt bad for his brother there.
All right. Well, congrats to Charlie.
Very nice.
Race number 6 is next.
All right, race number 6.
$25,000 claimer.
Oh, am I looking right? Yeah, there we go. All right, this one also on the turf. Just 6 horses in this one, so a nice small field to give my get a little break here announcing. But Business Savvy got to be your favorite here with the E grade. A little stitious, a
Yeah,
little a little favorite maybe.
yeah.
And
I think Business Savvy's got quite a bit of fatigue, and then there's an opportunity for Nate here with 2 of the remaining horses.
Indeed, Brett throwing caution to the wind today with his horses. Just doesn't care about the fatigue. Just gonna throw them out there and
That's right.
see how they do. And yeah, I think we're ready.
All right.
All right. Like you said, Nate's got 2 horses here. That's gonna be something if he doesn't get up there.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Back out to the turf, and they're off. That's in order. Out early, followed by Business Savvy. You've been warned. A little stitious now up in the third. Zamboni Pro, Iambic Pentameter, the trailer. Business Savvy, a slight lead over a little stitious as we reach the halfway point in the back stretch. A little stitious taking the lead. You've been warned. That's in order charging. 5-horse race as we come past the halfway. A little stitious maintaining that lead. You've been warned. Right behind. As we come around the turn, it's a little stitious trying to build that lead, but the field will not let him. Little stitious now building a lead over a half length over the field. You've been warned. Business Savvy a close second. Business Savvy in second, and a little stitious for the win. Johnny getting that win. And that's an order for Nate in second. You've been warned in fourth for Nate, and then Business Savvy for Brett in third. Zamboni Pro and Iambic Pentameter round out the field. Congrats to Johnny and a little stitious.
Yes, congrats to Johnny. And hopefully that takes some of the sting off of the moving picture show injury. And I should have also noted that Zach put in a claim attempt on a little stitious 2 weeks ago at 12,500. This claiming race is at 25 grand, Jimmy.
Indeed. So a little stitious free agent before this first race with Johnny gets Johnny a win.
Yes, and there were no claims in this one.
All right. A little too rich for everyone's blood there.
Yeah.
So,
all right, we got what, 3 more?
Yep, 3 more races. Let's head to race number 7. Our third and last claiming race of the day. 40,000 to get one of these 10 horses. And of course, my dark horse here runs with
yes.
And to show, we'll see how well the youngin does.
That's right. Okay. Head to the track on the dirt.
All right, looks like everybody's in the gate, ready to rock, and they're off. Tacticulator jumps out early, runs with hooves. My dark horse not far behind now takes the lead. Red Scamper up there in second, Velocitizer in third. Red Scamper now taking the lead, runs with hooves, falls back. It's Tacticulator now taking a half-length lead as we hit the halfway point. I Go Dynasty making a run. Fly By Night also up there. Rumble Road gaining on Tacticulator, but Tacticulator maintaining a lead. Fly By Night back up there. Red Scamper in third. Rumble Road in fourth. Tacticulator and Fly By Night. It's close now. Let's top you off there. It's a 3-horse race as we come down the stretch. Fly By Night's got the lead, and it's going to be Fly By Night slowing down but winning for Andrew. Let's top you off. Also getting a place for Andrew. That's 1-2 for that stable. Tacticulator in third for Johnny. Red Scamper in fourth for Brett. Green with Envy, Jacuzzi, Snowfall round out the top 6, followed by I Goat Dynasty, Runs with Hooves, my boy, the Velocitizer, and Rumble Road, the trailer. Congrats to Andrew, the top 2.
Yeah, congrats, Andrew. That's a big chunk for the standings. His second win of the day. He also got second, and remember, he had third and fifth in that other race that he won.
Did you just call me a big chunk?
No, not you. This.
Do we call that an exacta in this business, Chris? Is that what that is? The 1-2?
If you bet on those horses to finish first and second in that order, then yes.
There we go. Something like that. I was close.
Something like- something like- All right, so congrats, Andrew.
There you go. 2 horses and the 1-2 finish for Andrew.
All right, two more to
And,
go.
oh, were there
Race-
any?
Oh, yes,
Is that a claiming race?
Do
it
we have any
was.
claims? Yes.
The 7-year-old Tacticulator was claimed by Brett.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
And remember, Johnny claimed Brett's horse Louse earlier in the day, so they pretty much traded Louse for Tacticulator and cash.
There we go.
I should say, Louse
right,
and
let's-
cash for Tacticulator.
Nice. All right, that's it for the claiming races. Let's go to our penultimate race of the day. Race number 8, $90,000 purse. Back out on the turf. This one 10.5 furlongs. And let's see, any notes for you there, Chris?
Sure, there's 2 B grade horses. One of those is Intention, who's I think pretty tired. The other is the Dark Crusader, who Macy has told me multiple times he's very excited about and thinks has a very bright future, the 2-year-old. And then, yeah, what do we have? Runt is a stakes winner. Peterburg's a stakes winner. So a good field.
Indeed. And you said Dark Crusader finishing 3rd in their first race back on day 14. And as has been a theme here, Brett's got a couple horses with some heavy fatigue run in there. That stakes winner, as you said, with a 30 fatigue, Intention with 27. But see if that might affect it, might not. We'll head out to the turf and see.
Right.
Looks like they're all in the gate, ready to go, and they're off. The Dark Crusader jumping out early, half-length lead over the field. Mademoiselle now overtaking him as we head down the backstretch. Intention in second, followed by Dig a Little Deeper and Peterburg. Dig a Little Deeper now taking the lead across halfway point. Macy's Dark Crusader taking the lead back, half-length lead over their own horse, Spencer's Airplane. And everyone else trying to catch up. It's a very close race as we come down the stretch. Dig a Little Deeper in first. Dark Crusader not far behind. 2-horse race, possibly. Spencer's Airplane trying to make it 3. Oh, it's going to be a close one. Might have a photo finish. And it is indeed the Dark Crusader for Macy with the win. Also, same stable, Spencer's Airplane in second, followed by my boy Peterburg and Dig a Little Deeper. Intention in 5th, Mademoiselle in 6th, followed by Immortal Glow. What the Fluff, Runt, and Phenom. It's really hard to say what the fluff without it sounding funny, I feel like. But again, oh, Chris,
I jinxed it.
the jinx strikes again. Situationship falling out early. What's the status there?
Yeah, I didn't want my jinx. I didn't want to make up all the injuries all at once. But yeah, Situationship, luckily, gratefully, has the least severe of injury types. So we'll have double fatigue from this race. And so the effect in 2 weeks is going to be -24 instead of -9. And if you want me to explain how that's double instead of 18, I'll do that. But yeah, maybe it's escaped, that could have been worse. Situationship will be available next week, but feeling a little tender.
Indeed.
Congrats congrats to Macy.
Definitely. Congrats to Macy on the 1-2 finish. And then the least severe situationship, if you will, for situationship. Yeah, I'm making light of an injury. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. It's a fake horse. I can do it.
Yeah.
No Fox injury music, though. We won't go that far. Sid Criswell, there, he can do that. All right. That's it for our penultimate race of the day. Let's go to the final race. 14 horses in our 9th race of the day here at the beautiful Lewis Downs in Gainesville, Florida. Crowd ready, packed in their seats for the final one of the day. And we've got some good ones here.
Yes.
As mentioned in the pregame. Yeah, go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, I was gonna say 3 A-grade horses, including Portugal the Fast, who's already the only horse with 4 wins, and Andrew's got a chance to take another bite out of Nate's lead. And then Beach Carrot has never finished out of the top 2, and Sounds of the Void, another A-grade horse. After those 3 A-grade horses, there's no B's in this race, but there is a C-grade horse, Phantom Ring, owned by Johnny in the 14th slot, post position. So I'm looking forward
Indeed.
to it.
Absolutely. So she said those 3 horses to look for: Beach Carrot, Portugal the Fast, Sounds of the Void, looking to be there at the end as we head out to the dirt for our last race. And they're off. 10 furlongs in our last race. Sounds of the Void and Beach Carrot out early. Stay hydrated, trying to keep up in second and takes the lead. Charging hard. Stay hydrated. Sounds of the Void not far behind. Folklore now up there. Portugal the Fast falling back to 5th. Beach Carrot in 4th. It's Stay Hydrated, trying to hold off the favorites, but Sounds of the Void and Beach Carrot overtake them. It's Beach Carrot and Sounds of the Void trading the lead. Stay Hydrated has stayed hydrated and is staying with the leaders, taking the lead, pulling away. Stay Hydrated with the upset. The D-grade horse takes the win. It's going to be close for second, a photo finish, and Sounds of the Void getting second for Brett. Folklore, also a D-grade horse, getting up into 3rd. Beach Carrot in 4th. Portugal the Fast down in 5th, followed by Miso Soup, Phantom Ring, Hey Pendlehurst, Olive Del Boca Vista, Blano, Picturesque, Chips and Medallions, Know My Song Well, and Moonbeam, the trailer. Chris, the favorites, not so favored here in that final race.
Yeah, what an upset, and what a race by Stay Hydrated. Congrats
Woo!
to
All those
Charlie.
fluids.
Exactly.
Yeah, congrats, Charlie.
Congrats, Charlie.
Certainly not what we expected on paper. And then Folklore too, Jimmy, as you noted.
Absolutely.
Almost, look how close to second, actually. It was right there.
Indeed.
So Beach Carrot finishes outside the top 2 for the first time. She is a little fatigued, so I might explain some of that. And then I'm not sure that I have an explanation for Portugal the Fast in 5th, but just a good day for Charlie, his 2nd win of the day.
Woo!
Absolutely. Portugal the Fast, yeah, maybe just running out a little bit of running low on the gas there at the end.
Yeah.
A little bit better on the shorter than 10 furlong races. Maybe that had something to do with it, but or maybe they just couldn't keep up with Stay Hydrated.
Got to drink your fluids.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great name for a horse.
All right,
I
let's
know
see.
Kalen wanted that horse big time, but
Caitlin stays hydrated for sure. All right, let's update the
Nice.
standings. I have not put the costs in going into day 17 yet, so those won't be reflected. But the rest will.
Nice. All right. Just note as you pull that up there, just 2 more race days to go. We've got our penultimate race day at Saratoga Racecourse, Sunday, September 1st. And then our final race day, Lewis Downs, the Breeders' Cup meet. 13 stakes races on, that will be a Saturday race day, September 14th. They said live from Lewis Downs, the highest purse. One of the races, the highest purse of the season, $1.1 million up for grabs in just one of those races. But as we said, 13 stakes races. That's 4 weeks from yesterday. And all right, let's look at those standings, Chris.
Yeah, and I got a couple notes here. First, Charlie, by the way, 2 wins today. The first was Trivia Night, who Charlie claimed, and the second was Stay Hydrated, who Charlie drafted. So Charlie inherited a stable from Walt, but he's certainly putting his own fingerprint on it in a positive way. And I think there's 2 things to note on the standings. First, it's that Andrew won't go away. There's another 2-win day for him. and some other top 5 finishes, and Nate had not such a great day. And actually, that new so he's closed the gap some with the Breeders' Cup meet looming large. I did want to note this. Check this out, because it keeps feeling like Nate pulls away, but if you look, so this will be 2 and this will be 0. In the last, since day 11, Andrew's got 5 + 2, 7 wins, and Nate's got 4 + 3, 7 wins. So they've both got 7 wins in the last 6 days. They both have 6 wins in the last 5 days. And whenever you think Nate's about to pull away, Andrew answers. And then Nate's about to pull away, and then Andrew 2-0. So Andrew won't go away. The other note was, remember, Johnny put Tacticulator in a claims race, and he sold for 40 grand. That was enough to put Johnny into 3rd over Jesse for now.
Ooh, less than $10,000, that lead right there.
Yeah, close one. All right, so day 17 is next. I'm looking forward. Jimmy, any other notes?
Now, good race day as usual. And as you mentioned in the pregame, we're not out of it. Nate has not, we're not ready to crown him yet. I know some of you want to, you want to crown him, then crown him, but it doesn't look like it's time yet. So Andrew definitely making a statement here to make these last 2 race days very exciting for the standings and for everybody. So yeah, if there's nothing else, Chris.
Sign us off.
All right, I'm Jimmy Rakes. Thanks everybody for tuning in, and we'll see you at Saratoga in 2 weeks. Good night, everybody.